Hi everyone. For today, this week, we are going to be working on cutting. We've focused a lot on that this whole week during all of our sessions. So what you're going to need is scissors. These are my scissors, the adult scissors, but you can also use the kids' scissors for the kids. Some are using ones like this. They have a hinge on it. All that happens is it pushes down, and then when they cut, it automatically pops open. So if you do have those at home, that would be great. If not, you might have to help them just to get those scissors open, and then a blunt tip at the front for their safety. So we need our scissors. We need a couple of markers because we obviously want to make cutting fun. So different color markers, and then some empty toilet roll holders. Then we are going to do cutting in two different ways. The first way is with our toilet paper tubes. So we are going to make them into little people, and with some hair, and let the kids start. They can draw their face on themselves. This helps to bring body awareness, facial features, and they have to hold the toilet roll holder and their marker, so they're using both hands together. That's great bilateral hand use. So how we do is I take an empty tube, I'm going to draw some eyes on the bottom. So we want to work from at least halfway down. So we do eyes, a nose, and ears, and a mouth. So I have my little person, and then if the tube is a little hard for them to cut the hair straight down, then you can do it as a parent, that you guys can help them, and then they'll just be able to cut the hair at the end. So all we're doing is we're cutting about halfway down in strips, about ½ inch thick, around about. So just cutting all the way down and stopping. For those kids that are able to cut through the tube, you might want to take a marker and just draw a line all the way around, so they know where they've got to stop. So I just drew a line all the way around, then they know they've got to cut down and stop. So I cut all the way around my tube. Okay, so once they've snipped all the way around, then just bend them out so that the hair sticks out, and then we've got our hair for our little person. And then if they haven't been able to cut down, then this is the part which is really important for them. They are now going to trim the hair. So they take their scissors. Some of them, if you want to hand it to them, handle first, so you pass it to them like that. So if I was passing it to me, so then I just take my fingers and I slide them in. Depending on how big their hands are, they might be able to get 3 fingers in. Others might only be able to get 2 fingers in, and that's fine. And then thumb on the top, and always remember to tell them thumbs up, so that they remember to keep their thumb up and they don't twist their arm like that. And then we're going to cut the hair. And they can cut it at different spots. They can make wild hair, short hair, keep some of them long, spiky hair, then cut up at an angle, and they worked on cutting. And because the toilet roll is a little bit thicker, it works really nicely on their hand strength. So that is the first option of practicing cutting. So toilet paper tube, markers, scissors. And then the other option, if the toilet paper tube is really just too thick and they don't really have the hand strength for it, what we can do is make hair out of construction paper. So I have drawn a little person. I've put the template into the link as well in your classroom. So you can either draw it or you can print it out. They can then color in the face if they want to. Then pick a color construction paper, add it to the top. So all I've done is I put glue on the front here and I've stuck it on so that the hair is, the construction paper is stuck on the top. And what we're going to do is just cut the paper so that it looks like hair. When we're cutting as well, especially on paper, we want it to be in front of them. They're going to cut straight down. This is really long, so you can make it shorter. You can cut it a little bit shorter, but you want to give them enough space so that they can trim the hair at the end, because that's the fun part. So I'm just going to cut some lines of paper. Again, the kids can do this, or the parents, you can help them to cut these long lines, and then they can practice cutting just the tips of the hair off. For those who are working on cutting lines, you can also draw lines and make them cut on the line. There we go. Okay, so here is my person and the hair. This person's got very long hair. We all probably want to, for some reason or another, go to the hairdresser. So, hey, your kids can become hairdressers at home. Uh-oh, don't let them cut their own hair. So, what they're going to then do is cut their picture's hair, not their own hair. So, help them to hold the paper. You would want them to hold the small piece, and they're just going to snip. Go on to the next piece, cut it, and snip it off. Snip it off. And there I've given my picture a haircut. So they can make it straight, they can do different angles. They really are able to be creative and cut the hair however they want to. I would remind them to not cut their own hair. I'm sure that's something you would have to tell them, but it's really fun to practice cutting on the paper and pretend that the paper is the hair for the person. I think some of them have done this in class before, but it's a great way to just practice those cutting skills like we've done this whole week. So have fun with it and enjoy.